Welcome back to it. It's Maths Masterclass with Leo. Today we are doing multiplication of matrices. Multiplication of matrices, right? So, without any further complaints, let's get to it. Let's say you are given CA. They want you to evaluate CA. Given that A is your matrix A11, A12, and A21, and A22, right? They want you to evaluate this matrix. How will you do that? You will just say C of A is equals to C. Where does A substitute your matrix? A11, A12, A21, and A22, right? Then after that, you can easily say, okay, this C will multiply everything inside this or all the arrays. So in this case, you'll have C A11, CA11, CA11, CA12, CA21, and CA22. That will be your matrix, right? That will be your matrix. Let's say now, put it into practice. Say you're given, they want you to identify 3A. Given that A is equals to 2 minus 1, negative 7, and 6, right? They want you to identify that. So how will you do that? You're just going to say, in this case, 3A is equals to 3 into 2 minus 1 minus 7, 6, right? And then your solution will be 6 minus 3 minus 21 and 6. And no, 18. Right? Because I said 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. 3 multiplied negative 1, it's negative 3. 3 multiplied negative 7, it's negative 21. 3 multiplied by 6 is 18. That is your matrix when you are evaluating that. Right? So let's move to the next question. Say they want you to multiply a 2 by 2 with a 2 by 2. Right? 2, negative 3, 1, and 6. They want you to multiply this matrix with this matrix. 7, 4, minus 2, and 0. Right? When you multiply these two matrices, you can multiply them in any order. You can multiply them in B with BA or AB. So there's no problem. So in this case, let's use A multiplied by B, which will give us, okay, 2 multiplied by 7. Remember, when you are multiplying matrices, you are multiplying a column with a row, right? You are going to multiply a column with a row. So in this case, we're going to do that. So in our column, we have 2. We're going to multiply it with our row, which is 7. So it's going to be 2 times 7 plus negative 3 multiplied by 4. It's negative 3 multiplied 4, which is, this is in our column, this is in our row, right? Next, we still have 2 multiplied by negative 2, which is negative 2 multiplied by positive 2 multiplied by negative 2, right? And then plus negative 3 multiplied by 0. 1 multiplied by 7, 1 multiplied 7, plus 6 multiplied 4, then 1 multiply negative 2 plus 6 multiply 0. Right? This will give us a what? A 2 by 2 matrix. So this is 14 minus 12. This is 7 plus 24. And then this is negative 4 plus 0. This is negative 2 plus 0 as well. So this will give us 2, then is 31, negative 4, negative 2, right? This is our solution. When you're multiplying a 2 by 2, you're going to get a 2 by 2. 2 by 2 multiplied by a 2 by 2, it's going to give you a 2 by 2, okay? Let's go to the next page, see. Now, we want to multiply this matrix, which is matrix A, we multiply it with matrix B. Matrix A, it is 3, negative 2, and 7. Then 4, 6, and negative 4. Then 0, negative 3, and 1. Right? Then we multiply it with 2, 5, and negative 1. Multiply with negative 2, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7. That is our matrix B. Okay, let me just say matrix B instead of multiply. This is matrix B. Right? So, in this case, they will ask you to multiply this like that. Right? But remember, when you multiply the matrices, when you're multiplying matrices or matrices, you'll say a column multiplied by a row. Of which, in this case, your columns are not equal to your rows. So this is impossible. It is impossible to evaluate BA because the number of columns is not equal to the number of rows. Right? This is impossible to do, but you can do this one, A multiplied by B, because we are multiplying the number of columns with the number of rows. Right? Let me just erase that. So in this case, we have number of columns 3, number of rows 3. So in this case, you can multiply them, right? So when we multiply them, I'm going to have 3 multiplied by 6. It's going to 3 multiplied by 2, which is 6. Okay, 4 multiplied by 5 plus 20. Then 0 multiplied by negative 1, it's 0. Right? Then I'm going to have again 3 multiplied by negative 5, it's negative 15. 4 multiplied by negative 6, it's negative 24. 0 multiplied by negative 7 is plus 0. Right? Then I'm coming to the second row. So I'm going to have negative 2 multiplied 2, it's negative 4. 6 multiplied by 5, it's plus 30. And then negative 3 multiplied by negative 1, it's positive 3. Right? And then negative 2 multiplied by negative 5, it's positive 10. Then 6 multiplied by negative 6, it's negative 36. Then negative 3 multiplied by negative 7, it's negative, is it positive 21? Right? Then 7 multiplied by 2, it's 14. Negative 4 multiplied by 5, it's negative 20. Then 1 multiplied by negative 1, it's negative 1. And then 7 multiplied by negative 5, it's 7 multiplied by negative 5, it's negative 35. Okay. And then negative 4 multiplied by negative 6, it's negative 24. Positive, I mean, negative of negative. Okay. And then 1 multiplied by negative 7, it's negative 7. Then this will be 26. So this will be 30 minus 4 is 26. 26 plus 3 is 29. Then 14. 20 minus 14 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7, which this will give us negative 7. Right? And then this will give us negative 39. This one will give us negative 5. This one will give us negative 18. Right? When you multiply matrix A with matrix B, you're going to get a what? A 3-row by 2 columns. So multiply a 3 by 3 with a 3 by 2, you're going to get a 3 by 2. 3 rows, 2 columns. Okay? Then now let's see if we can get another question. See if we have another question. Okay. One last question for the day. Okay, let's see what's in my book. Okay, let me erase here. Okay, let me just go to the next page. Instead of erasing, wasting time, let's go to the next page. Now we're multiplying a 2 by 3 with a 2 by 3. We have 2, -3, 4. Right? This is your matrix A. Then you have -6, 8, 3. This is your matrix A. Your matrix B is given as 4, -6, -1, 8, then 2 and 3. Right? So we need to multiply matrix A with matrix B. Matrix A with matrix B. So in this case, this column multiplied by this row. Not possible, right? Even if we multiply it with B, A. If you check, the number of columns are not equal to the number of rows. So in this case, you have 3, 2. Right? So this whole situation is impossible. Impossible. You know the reason, so just add the reason there. That was our last question for the day. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share the content with your friends. See you in the next video. Tango!